Moving on to another informational item is the Sexual Health Education Advisory Committee, better known as SHEAC, Biannual Report. Dr. Swift.
Thank you so much, Madam President and trustees. We have joining us by Zoom our SHEAC team alongside Ms. Dawn Linden, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning in the district. We appreciate the exemplary work of our Sexual Health Education Advisory Committee. Those are the initials SHEAC, and here they come to join us. I really want to give a shout out to these individuals because they have persevered through COVID and continued their work. And they've even redone, updated some of their bylaws. And, a lot of teams were just kind of on hold during COVID, but this team really continued their work to move our district forward. You probably are aware, but by Michigan law, by the Revised School Code Act 451, it does describe the establishment of a sexual health ed advisory board. In the Ann Arbor Public Schools, our work is stronger and better because of the work of these individuals. Trustees, you regularly receive updates and recommendations from this group, so they are not strangers to you. I have dropped into the item on your agenda this evening that description that reminds us that this group is a community group that includes parents of children in the district, clergy, medical professionals, students, district health teachers, and a district administrative liaison, Ms. Dawn Linden, and members of her team. And it's because of this work together that they're able to bring forward highly regarded recommendations to the board and for the district. And so with that, Ms. Dawn Linden, we'll hand it to you for the team introductions, and we're looking forward to your biannual report. Ms. Linden.
Thank you so much, Dr. Swift, President Lazarus, trustees. It's our pleasure to be here this evening. I'm joined by the members of our SHEAC leadership team, outgoing and incoming, and it is my great honor to introduce them to you tonight. Taryn Gall, you will remember meeting Taryn. Taryn's been a leader of SHEAC in our district for a number of years, and Brittany Battelle, a co-chair of SHEAC. Both Brittany and Taryn have served on SHEAC together, and I have to say, as community health professionals serving in this role of advisement and support in our district, the leadership, Brittany and Taryn, that you have brought to this team and to this district just is so incredible. And I can't tell you how grateful we are for all of your service to our students and to our families. Both Taryn and Brittany are handing over the leadership reins, the co-chair roles, to Jen Garcia and Kristen Stoops, who are with us this evening. Jen Garcia is both an AAPS parent and an AAPS health teacher, educator in our district, and Kristen Stoops is, you'll recognize her, you've met her before, is our district department chair for physical education and health. And both these two wonderful individuals will be co-chairing. But the good news is Taryn and Brittany are remaining as members of SHEAC, and we're really grateful that you're not running away just yet, and you're going to stick around and help lead this work. So today I'm going to hand this over to Kristen. Kristen is going to walk us through the biannual report, and she'll take you through some details. So thank you so much.
All right. We are just sort of highlighting the leadership change and thanking Taryn and Brittany. So we can go on to the next slide. This is our list of our membership currently. So this has been updated for this year. Just highlighting co-chairs and then membership, and also highlighting each individual's role on the committee. Dr. Swift did an amazing summary of this required committee and how it needs to be diverse in membership including a diverse group of people with a variety of backgrounds. And there's also a link there to the SHEAC website if anyone is interested in more information about our SHEAC committee. If we could click into the biannual report, I'll just highlight some parts of it. Obviously, I'm not going to read this to everyone, but the beginning part is really just giving a background of the requirements of the committee and the state law that creates this requirement. And then moving on down to approved goals and objectives. These are approved goals and objectives that the Board of Education worked with SHEAC to approve, just really guiding what is included in sexuality education in Ann Arbor Public Schools. So it's broken into categories. Number 1 is information. Number 2 is attitudes, values, and insights. Number 3 is relationships and interpersonal skills. And number 4 is responsibility. So those are the main areas, and then underneath each are, more details under those categories of the goals of our program. The curriculum, all curriculum for all lessons have been reviewed by SHEAC and then recommended for approval by the Board of Education and then approved if they're in use. This next part, where it says evaluation COVID-19 impact, is just sort of a note explaining there's a gap in the biannual reporting. And that was due to the shift to virtual instruction due to COVID-19. And then the 2021 hybrid year deeply affected data collection for this process. And then additionally, AAPS is transitioning from one assessment data management program to another, which further impacted data collection. So just sort of a special note there explaining there's a gap. So then this evaluation is actually from last school year. So there's a middle school evaluation and a high school evaluation. And so for the middle school evaluation, basically it's a pre and a post test. And normally we would be looking at district-wide data for this biannual report. But given the transition between common assessment data management systems, we used a sample. So we used one school's pre and post data, one teacher's pre and post data from quarters 1, 2, and 3 to represent the district for both middle school and high school for this situation. And you can see the pre and the post scores here, and then it's summarized as well. And then scrolling down to high school, similar, we used one teacher's trimester 1 pre and post data to represent the district. And then the pre and post data is summarized as well. And then the report is also linked on the SHEAC website.
Thanks, Kristen. I think that the summary of the summaries would be that we are seeing a high impact and high effectiveness in both the instruction, the level of the instruction, and the quality of the content having an impact on student achievement and student understanding, which is the goal of sexual health. We want our students to become very informed and well-educated individuals in the areas that Kristen just highlighted in the report. So it's really good news. And I know time is short, but we'd encourage you to take a look, a little deeper dive. It's just 5 short pages. So thank you so much. And we'll hand to Taryn for this part.
Great. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So just a quick update on our bylaws. SHEAC went through a very thorough process reviewing and updating our bylaws. The updates were well informed by all members, including new members and existing members, with that full representation that we've talked about several times of all the roles required to be on a sex ed advisory board. Some of the updates included clarifying and reaffirming term limits to make sure that we have staggered terms, allowing for new voices to enter, but also making sure that we have members with historical knowledge still on the committee. We changed the maximum number of members. Instead of having a minimum number, we now have a maximum, so that low membership won't ever prevent the ability to have sex ed be provided in the schools. And we also updated language to make sure that it wasn't gendered and to make sure it was inclusive and affirming of all people. Those are the highlights there. And it's also linked in the document, in the slides.
Thank you very much, Taryn. We will emphasize that these documents are available on the website. So folks can also access it, not just here through board docs and through this report, but also at our website under teaching and learning, and then under health education. And the quickest way to get to this information is simply to type SHEAC into the search bar at the top of our website page, and it'll take you directly to this website where the bylaws are linked and the report can be found. So, and we'll pause there and see if there are any questions. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Trustees, any questions? Trustee Kelly.
No questions, because I did have an opportunity to speak with you all in committee. So thank you for that time. I just wanted to publicly say how much I appreciate the work that this organization does. Clearly, you haven't lost a beat here with the pause around virtual. So thank you. And also thank you so much to your thoughtful succession planning with your leadership. You know, we have incredible resources in our outgoing leadership, and I'll just reiterate what I said in committee, which is how grateful I am that you're passing that baton to very qualified and wonderful new leadership. So thank you all.
Thank you, Trustee Kelly. And I would just like to also mirror that I was able to ask my questions in committee, and I'm just impressed by the work that you've all done. And I look forward to the community's input in terms of that this is a wide committee, that it's just not internal to the district. So it's important. It's a very important program and committee, and a requirement that the district takes very seriously. And it's important work, and I really definitely support this work. Thank you very much.